We're testing over here. We're taking tests. That was great. It's hoodie weather. Now we test this on a manual setting. Clean lens, baby. Yeah. Welcome one, welcome all. This is I Advise Weekly, and this is Netflix versus Showmax. This one's been a long time coming. I feel like it's the right time to make this video. I shot DSTV versus Netflix, or I posted DSTV versus Netflix about 10-11 months ago. I was a lot skinnier back then, had a lot more hair, and here we are again. So, without further ado, let's get this started. We're gonna be comparing Netflix to Showmax. Go ahead and let me know what you think by voting right up ahead. What's your take and what's your favorite? What do you prefer in this debacle? Do you even stream at all? Are you still into DSTV, or are you still watching ACBC? And yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, just let us know. Let's get this video started right. Alright. So it's no secret that the world is going the streaming way these days. A lot more people are starting to stream as opposed to the traditional DSTV way. Now, obviously, I'm going to be taking the South African perspective, as we have DSTV, that is the dominant provider of entertainment and all of that. Now, these days, we're going the streaming way. We have streaming services such as Netflix, Showmax. Internationally, there's Hulu, and I heard that Apple is now coming up with their own, and Disney is also yet to come up with their own, which is also interesting. Disney just now took over full control of Hulu, so going forward, Disney Plus is going to be one hell of a competitor for Netflix. But we're not going to be talking about Hulu and all those others today. Today is the great debate. In South Africa, we have our own streaming service, which is known as Showmax. It is a subsidiary of the Naspers Group. Naspers Group owns MultiChoice, which in turn owns DSTV and other things in that regard. So, Showmax is Naspers' answer to Netflix, right? It's saying, all right, cool, we see you trying to take our people. We see you trying to get people the streaming way, especially because they have offices in South Africa, and they launched in South Africa about 2 years back, if not a year back. Actually, it was a year back. And so Showmax is not going to take this line down. So we're going to be comparing the two and see who takes the crown, who wins in the end. So the first thing we're going to compare is pricing. So there can be a debate from pricing, but here are the facts. For a Netflix subscription, you get the basic at $99, then you get the standard at $139, and you get the premium at 169 rand, and these are the per month. For Showmax, you get it free if you have a premium DSTV subscription. You pay 49 rand if you have a compact subscription, and 99 rand a month if you don't have anything. So, in comparison, yes, Showmax is cheaper, especially if you have DSTV. You pay absolutely nothing, but if you don't have it, then you pay 99 rand a month in comparison to Netflix's top of the range 169. However, when it comes to Netflix's 169 rand a month, it's about the value that you get. So the value that you get from an 169 rand subscription to Netflix is you get to stream on up to, I believe, 4 devices in 4K Ultra HD. So clarity is, if you're looking for clear-cut, pristine imagery, you're gonna want to go for this one. Showmax does not offer this. Maybe it'll be some in the future, but as of now, there's only the basic 99 rand a month or free with DSTV Compact, which I'm not exactly sure if they have 4K, but I think maybe some shows are in 4K, but standard high definition still applies. Accessibility, pretty much the same for both. You need an internet connection, and you can get it on your phone, your tablet, your laptop, and your TV. If your TV has an internet connection. They both obviously win because you don't have to buy a decoder just like you do with DSTV, but accessibility is pretty much the same for both. However, you can access Showmax off of your DSTV decoder. Latest models do have a Showmax button on the actual remote. However, that needs you to have your decoder connected to the internet, which means you should buy a internet connector, sort of like a dongle connected in USB, and then you should have a Wi-Fi or fiber connection. So basically, because of this, when you considering going the streaming way, whether it's Showmax or Netflix, you have to consider who is going to be providing your data. You need to have a data plan, a data contingency in place, whether it's going to be buying mobile data and hotspotting off your phone, which is what I tend to do sometimes, or subscribing to fiber or a Wi-Fi plan from one of the many carriers here in sunny South Africa. It still is interesting that if you were to have both, depending obviously on your data plan, if you get a decent data plan for about 200-300 rand a month, in conjunction with having Showmax or Netflix. If you went the Showmax way, you'd be paying like 469, whereas if you had Showmax, you'd be paying $400, and DSTV is like 904 rand, and you have to buy a decoder. So either way you win. However, it's just about your taste, and it's about what you feel like. Like I said, $169 gets you 4K. It's interesting, I don't normally say bucks till I'm in front of camera. Rand? Does rand work for you? We don't pay bucks, but we do have... Don't we have a buck on our 2 rand? Or was it the 1 rand? I think we're the only country that could say we pay in bucks, because I'm pretty sure what... Hold on. Literally. 1 rand. Is that in focus? Could you focus? 1 rand, right there. This. We're literally the only nation that is allowed to say we pay bucks. 169 bucks. All right, then we get to the content strategy, and this is where I believe Netflix is taking it. So on Netflix, we have a lot of original content. There are some other content that isn't Netflix production, but Netflix invests a lot of money into creating original content. Netflix even has a South African produced show, Shadow. That's a Netflix production produced locally for Netflix internationally. I mean, it's crazy. When it comes to Showmax, they have just about 2 shows. I believe it's Trippin' with Skumba and Saint Agnes, which I think they have another one in production that they've been producing. It's been in production since 2017, still on the way. But when it comes to Netflix, I'm spitballing here. I would say about 70-80% of the content is original content, and they pride themselves on having original content, and that's why I believe they're at the top. They're at the top of the streaming service. Sure, they're one of the first few, but they invest a lot in original content, which gets their brand awareness out there. You know what I mean? Because they even literally have shows premieres exclusively on Netflix. I mean, it's brilliant. It's a brilliant content strategy. Showmax has a lot of content. However, it's Showmax content strategy is sort of like an extension of DSTV in a way. It's like whatever's on DSTV you can find in Showmax in like box sets pretty much, you know? It's like if you wanted to binge a whole entire 10 season of Breaking Bad, you know, I don't know if there's 10 seasons of Breaking Bad, but that's like an example, you know what I mean? And that was Netflix strategy in the beginning, but now they're totally focused and committing billions of dollars to creating original content, which is doing wonders for their brand. And after everything has been said, at the end of the day, it's about brand, right? Netflix is winning because of their brand. When people think streaming, they think, well, streaming shows and movies, video on demand streaming, they think Netflix. You know what I mean? It's like at the back of their mind. That's the brand. That's the story that they're telling. We're here to create original content, and we're here to showcase content in a new way, accessible at any time on any device, and we're making billions off of it. Whereas Showmax is like, here we are, we're DSTV, you know DSTV. If you don't want to, you know, sit and prime time and watch DSTV, you can watch anytime, just binge. We got Showmax, press the Showmax button on your DSTV remote, and there you go. They're not really focused on like original content, and I feel if they were to do this, they would get a sharp increase in Showmax subscribers. Not only those that have DSTV accounts, but just people that just are looking for Showmax. People are looking for Netflix shows. It's like take all of those shows that Disney's now taking back from Netflix, right? The Punisher for one. If you wanted to watch The Punisher, you would have to go on Netflix. That's the advantage that Netflix has. That's how they are retaining all these subscribers, these new subscribers. That's how they're making the billions of the bucks. There's all this value out here. The original content. They'll have a show or a movie premiere on Netflix. You can't see it in cinema. You can only see it on Netflix. And I believe Naspers really needs to, Showmax itself, really needs to take those billions that I know they have and start creating their own original content, and I promise you it'll do wonders to their brand, and their subscriptions will go up. It'll start soaring, man. It'll start soaring. Literally, just, I mean, Netflix didn't invent television, they just reinvented it. And same thing with Uber, they solved the problem. Hey, how about I order a cab on my phone? And Lyft was like, damn, we could do that too. They weren't thinking any different. Same thing as Taxify, which is now Bolt in South Africa. They took the Uber model, you know what I mean? And if they were to try to do it any other way, it would flop, just kind of like Showmax is, you know what I mean? So you gotta think forward. That's what I have to say on the subject of Netflix versus Showmax. Tell me who you think won. Tell me who you think is your favorite streaming service, or if you stream at all. And as always, please browse through the channel, like, subscribe, and comment below. Check out everything that we have down below there in the description. We have my website and all my socials. Follow me at itumeleng_stimela. Follow Perpetual Art Media at perpetualart_media on Instagram, Perpetual Art Media on Facebook. Like us on Facebook. And that's pretty much it. Until the next episode of I Advise Weekly, thank you so much for joining me. Before I forget, we do have a weekly newsletter. You can subscribe to that in the link in the description. Thanks for coming through, and I'll see you in the next video. And always secure the flourish. I'm still here.